So Kay Adams, the queen she is, went ahead and interviewed Kevin Durant about the upcoming playoff schedule. And while I personally do not like Kevin Durant, I very much dislike him. If you're wondering why, I'm an OKC fan. And yeah, he left us for Golden State, wanting to go play for a team that was the best, and it is what it is, right? He left us. Anyway, so I don't already have a good liking for Kevin Durant. But he is backing us. Now, this is easier of a statement than really it is. So, as Kay Adams says, Kevin Durant is in on the Bengals. He's not really in on the Bengals. The way he put it was that he believes in Joe Burrow the most, and he thinks with the talent we have on our roster, if he has to select someone for that 17th position, which again comes down to the Bengals, the Broncos, the Dolphins, or the Colts, he does believe the most in the Bengals. Which again is kind of like saying you're picking it's like the last pick in a kickball tournament, or a last pick in a like choosing a basketball team, or like the recess, right? As a kid, you're like, oh, I guess I'll pick that guy. I mean, really, there's no good options, so might as well pick him. That's kind of how he put it. And again, listen, it is what it is. I'll play the audio for, crafts and giggles, but let's just play it.
Broncos, it's the Colts, it's the Dolphins, and it's the Bengals. Who gets in?
Man, the paper says the Bengals should be in because they got the most talent, experience.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Dolphins is next up because they got talent and experience and continuity as well. The Colts are up and down team is always inconsistent to me, but they always come through late. That division is not, you know what I mean? It's Houston not playing great every week, but we'll see. We'll see. I if I had to take anybody, I'm taking the Bengals. I just trust Joe Burrow more than anybody else.
Yeah, if they get in, nobody wants to.
That's the most. That is the most, like, I really have no good answer. But I guess if I had to take one, then, maybe that's the team. Which, hey, listen, I don't blame KD. I really don't. Because right now, we have definitely not lived up to our team that we have. We have not lived up to what we should be as a team. So, I don't blame anyone for kind of being low on us right now and saying, like, I don't know, I guess the Bengals. But at the same time, listen, we're still there. We're still in this thick of things here, and we control our own destiny. But it was the most, like, recess type of situation. You're picking the last kid on the team, and you're like, oh, we got Brace Face. We got one-legged McGee. And then we got, I don't know, the big guy, right? The big guy. I was always the big guy. I was a big guy. Big kid when I was a kid. And then you're like, you're just like looking at your options, right? You're weighing your options, like, none of these are really that good. I guess, big guy, maybe because he's like a little bit bigger. Maybe he can hit the ball farther. So you start weighing your options. That's what it sounds like. Which is so sad. It really is. Because it should be a no-brainer. But it's not a no-brainer because we put ourselves in the spot to make it a non, or make it impossible to be a no-brainer. So, yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to KD. Again, I don't personally like him. I personally, he kind of fluffed over my basketball team. And I've been an OKC fan since, Lordy, I think I've been an OKC fan for over 20 years. So, maybe 24 years. Yeah, I think like 24 years I've liked OKC. And, I watched them lose KD, Russell Westbrook. I didn't care too much about Westbrook. But also James Harden, which is my favorite basketball player. So, but James Harden was more just the owner was cheap and didn't want to pay him, which... Mike Brown has entered the chat. Oh, I love you, Mike. I love you, Mike. But sometimes you can frustrate the living hell out of us. And I think that goes for every Bengals fan as a statement. But apparently I just like owners that are cheap. I don't know. Anyway, tell me down below your thoughts, Pete, and see you guys next one.